Hi, welcome to Two Non-Yarn Snobs. It's me, Sabrina. Anna can't not be with us. We are still socially distancing. Um, we're both diabetics, and diabetics run a higher risk. So it's just best that we podcast separately for now. Anyway, admin. You can email us at twononyarnsnobs@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at twononyarnsnobs. You can find us on Ravelry, me, Sabrina, as JD's Girl, and you can find Anna as Joey's Rib. So, we'll do a quick life updates. Hurricane Laura came to visit Arkansas as a Category 1 hurricane, and we're a landlocked state. They canceled schools a little bit farther east than where we're at. We're doing virtual school this year. That started, and the jury's out. There has not been a lot of work for my child to do yet. And I was under the assumption that they'd put, and I heard that they put cameras in the classrooms, and then the children are going to be able to watch, recorded class time and then do their work. And I thought that was going to be fantastic because I could listen, he could listen, we could watch it more than once if we needed to and do the work. Well, it has not been that way so far. Pretty much it's just they give us assignments to do and maybe a video or an audio recording or slideshow saying what we were to be doing. And that has only been like 1 or 2 teachers, and he has 4 core classes and then an activity class supposed to be every day. But we haven't had a lot to do. Like, there's been 1 math assignment all week and 1 science assignment all week and 1 social studies assignment and maybe 2 language or reading assignments. So we're not behind. So that's a positive thing, but I feel like they're going to hit us all at once with a bunch of stuff that we need to get done, or virtual kids are just going to fall behind because surely in a week of school they've had more to do than that. But when I was at work earlier, I did log on to his Chromebook, and he has a couple of things to do Monday morning already. So, I'm trying to be patient and give him some slack. But we'll see how it goes. I can pretty much tell you I'm not sending my kid back in 9 weeks, even if it's like this. We're just going to have to ramp up the things that we learn at home. And he's not a fan of that. If the school doesn't tell him to do it, he just doesn't want to do it. But, yeah. Mom's got to do what mom's got to do. Sometimes he looks at me like I'm the devil myself. So, I told him I didn't care how he looked at me. We were going to get it done. So, Anna is having some health issues. Like I said, she's a diabetic. I'm a diabetic. Her sugar numbers have been out of control. Well, they put her back on insulin, which maybe is a good thing. She has a diabetic ulcer on her heel, and they're sending her back to the wound clinic every week to try to get that healed up. So she could definitely use some prayers and good thoughts. I asked her how it went, and she said, they told me to get my sugar down, not to put pressure on it, and I'll see you next Friday. And I said, oh, so don't walk and wave a magic wand and bring your sugar down. She goes, yeah, pretty much. So, we'll just keep her in our thoughts, and because, the alternative is definitely not good. What else has been going on? Not a lot that I can think of. Virtual school, Anna's health, Hurricane Laura, which we did not suffer very much from. We did have rain for 3 days. And if you're a dog groomer, that's never good for you, or it's never good for business. But it is what it is. It's that time of year. We could be getting lots of rain. So, you know, I toyed with whether I was going to come back every week or every 2 weeks, and whether I would have enough to show if I came back every week. But I think that I've got quite a bit of progress this time, and it's basically one thing, but there's several items to show, and we'll go every week and see how it goes. I am not a bad person about making commitments, but you know, if I have a bad week and I have one dishcloth to show, I may skip, but we'll see. That's just how I'm gonna have to roll with this. We'll see how it goes. So on to FOs. So I do have some FOs. First of all, I'll show you my dishcloths, and I talked about whether I didn't know whether I was going to continue knitting dishcloths or not, but I did. So this one is Lily Sugar and Cream, and this is the Super Simple Diamond Dishcloth by Louise Patterson. It's just garter stitch, knit on the bias. I started down here, and this is one colorway. This is one ball of yarn, and it's Lily Sugar and Cream Sandstone is the colorway. And I grew up in Oklahoma, and let me tell you, this color here really is very close to what sandstone is. And I'm showing you the back. Here's the front. The white's going to blow out a little bit, but that's okay. I really like this. I like this one a lot. I would say it was going to be for me, but I've already taken several dishcloths out of the gift box this year because I needed them in my kitchen. And this one is Crafter's Secret. Again, it's just a super simple diamond dishcloth, and that's all there is to that. My husband's going to walk through the door. He doesn't know that I'm podcasting. Anyway, here he comes. Love you, honey.
Oh, hi, baby. Get me out of here. No, you're in here.
Love you, bye. He didn't know I was in here. He's been outside working. And after Laura came and dumped rain on us for 3 days, we did not have trees down. We did not lose power. Anna lost power, but it was just for a few hours.
I got to get motion fuels in 10 minutes for that bicycle.
All right.
If it wasn't important, I would not.
Love you. But it brought back she brought back the heat and humidity, and we're under a heat advisory today. So I have a little fan going. There's no air conditioning in this room. It's just a sunroom with lots of windows, and there's no air. So if I get moist, you have to forgive me. But I do have a little fan blowing, so if you hear some background noise, that is what that is. So, continue with the saga of the house slippers, the Christmas project. This is the largest size available because I have a man who has very large feet to do for. And this is a Vanna's Choice, a print along with Crafter's Secret in gray. And these will fit a size 15 or 16 foot. And they are the biggest ones that I've had to do. Look, they're as big as my head. Literally. They're bigger than my head. I do love them though. I kind of struggle with doing things for men because the colors don't appeal to me. I really like bright, beautiful oranges and yellows, and most men aren't going to wear a pair of orange house slippers. But these are really nice, and I really like them. Done, and I will put them in the Christmas box, and I'm gonna actually start wrapping gifts pretty quick because I don't enjoy wrapping gifts, but I really enjoy the finished product. I love beautiful ribbons and neat packages, and I bought some Christmas paper when it went on sale. I'm cheap, guys. So I want to be able to take my time and do it, and I won't attach bows yet because they would just fall off or whatever, and I'll wait until it's time to put them under the tree before I do that. But name tags and wrapped gifts, that's going to happen pretty soon. Okay, that is officially pair number 2. So the other day we had to run to Russellville because my husband posted something for sale on Facebook, and they asked us if we could meet them in Russellville. And we went over there. They didn't show up. That is frustrating, by the way. If you tell someone you want to meet them and to buy this item, and you pick a neutral location and a time, at least send a message, right? We sat there for an hour in the pouring rain in a Waffle House parking lot waiting for someone who never showed up. Thanks a lot. Anyway, we were in Russellville, which is about 20 or 30 minutes, 20 minutes, easy, maybe a little longer. And I very rarely ever get to Russellville because I work 10 hours a day and I just don't want to go anywhere. But we were in Russellville, and my husband said, well, we're already over here. Why don't you run inside the Hobby Lobby and see if they still have any clearance yarn? And I was, this clearance yarn thing's been going on for a while, and I figured there was no way. But I went ahead and went in, and they still had some clearance yarn. And I did buy some. I generally don't show acquisitions necessarily, and I'm sure all of y'all have seen as many Hobby Lobby clearance hauls as you ever wanted to see, and I didn't buy all that much. I spent $22 or something, but I found this yarn, and I gave $1.62 a skein, and it did take more than one skein, but it's a chunky yarn, so I only had to hold one strand, and the fuzz was already in it. And this is Soft Illusions Super Bulky La Cool. That ball band fell to the floor. It's just going to have to live there. So I really, really like this. And I did alter the pattern because it comes in a child size, a woman size, a man size, and then an extra large size. And the children's size was a little small for some, 7 or 8-year-old kids, but the women's size I felt was too big. So I just went in the middle between the child and the women's size, and that gave me an odd number, so I subtracted a stitch. And so these are 44, I cast it on 44 stitches instead of 40 or 50. And it worked out fine. Of course it worked out fine. This is not a difficult pattern. So this is pair number 3. So soft. I wish I'd made these for me. Really soft. So if you're keeping up with me, this is pair number 3 for Christmas knitting. Pair number 4. This was a Caron 1-pounder in the color Peacock, and I did not use the fuzzy on the sole, so I think that's going to be nice. And I think my husband was talking about putting something on the sole so they wouldn't slip around so bad. And then I added a strand of the eyelash yarn to make fuzzy slippers. This was in my stash. It did not have a ball band on it. I think it came in some trash bags of yarn that got donated to me. And I had no clue what I was going to do with novelty yarns, because they're generally not my style. But these house shoes, these house slippers, oh my goodness, yes. And I do have some more. I have some more of this even. After making the 2 slippers, I was surprised that I had more of this eyelash yarn. But I have some more fuzzy yarns. They're just in a small gift bag. And there's no ball bands on any of it. But I do think for the kids and maybe the women, I'm going to try to incorporate, because I really like this. So this is pair number 4 for Christmas. So then I had just this little bit of this red heart with that neon flecks in it left from doing a poncho that I did earlier this summer. And then this is red heart glowworm that I picked up years ago. I'm talking probably 3 or 4 years ago. It went on clearance at Walmart for $1 a skein, and at the time green was and bright greens was Landon's favorite color, and I don't know, I probably had a half a dozen skeins of this at one time. Green is no longer his favorite color, by the way. Red is his favorite color. Red, which I like red fine, but I don't have very much of it. And if I do, then it has like pinks with it, or it has to be solid red, because there can be no white in it that might look like it's a little bit pink. No, it just has to be red. So this is pair number 5 for a little boy, and this is the children's size. And then pair number 6. So it's 5 pair I've done this week and 1 I've done the week before. But this is Red Heart Glowworm held double with this yarn I picked up at a deep discount store. They're little bitty 50-gram balls, and it's a little bit, it's not quite light enough to be a worsted weight, but it's not quite heavy enough to be a chunky weight. It's kind of weird. I bought a whole like bag. I forget how many, 8 in a bag or 10. There's 65 yards on this. So I held it with the glowworm and made another boy's pair. I think this is all the little boys that I have to do for. It was just 2. So those are done. 6 pair of house slippers in the saga of the slippers. What do y'all think? I should do all the men's first, because they're the biggest, and once I had them done, then it would be smooth sailing. But I've already told you, I have trouble doing the men's stuff because the colors do not appeal to me. I need a drink. It's warm. It's warm, y'all. It is warm. It's Arkansas at the end of August. Of course it's warm. I'm drinking just some Crystal Light lemonade. I did put it in a cup that wouldn't drip on me this time. So that's all my finished objects. And I think that was great for 1 week. I think that I have been very productive and got a lot done. So now I'll show you. I only have 2 works in progress. I do have another house slipper in progress. I don't intend to show you those because I can knit one in an evening, and I just cast these on you know, a few minutes ago or an hour or two ago. There's not a lot of progress. So, my birthday was Monday, and I did not get yarn. And my shelves are starting to really get, there's holes, y'all. There's holes. And I'm okay with that. Because I could still knit for a long time or crochet for a long time before I run out. And it's not like the store's going to run out. Well, I don't know. During Corona, it was kind of, Walmart was sketchy, whether they were, you know, anyway. My niece works with me at the grooming shop, and she has learned to groom dogs. And, that's pretty close. It's not bad. It's not blowing out too bad. So for my birthday, she got me one of these mandala ombres. She got me one skein. This is my jam. These are my colors. I love oranges. Now, I really like pinks. And the pink thing is new within, I don't know, the last couple of years, because I wouldn't have, pink wasn't my thing. Orange and pink together, love it. So, I'm pretty sure this will not be enough, and I will have to get another skein. But that's okay. So, I just cast on. I do have some crochet this time. Y'all just hang with me. I will get there. It's not a lot, but I have some. I just cast on another one of these mistake rib scarves. And I'm going to go until I run out of yarn and then decide whether I need more or not. And I might keep this for myself because look at that. My coat is black and white and like a herringbone. So any color scarf would look beautiful with it. Okay, my only other work in progress is, remember I asked y'all whether I should take all that bulky number 6, most of it was Hometown USA, which I know I did not buy because I'm not a fan. I don't like the way it feels. It's very heavy, very, very heavy, and it's Arkansas and it's warm. But I had quite a bit up in here. This is where my super bulky yarns live. And I asked y'all whether I should just make a giant granny square or just let it sit up there. And I had a couple of people say, make the giant granny square. So I started this on Thursday at work. And then I got obsessed with it and worked on it and got behind on the house slippers. But I'm only one slipper behind. It's huge. It is obviously not big enough to be an Afghan yet, but it will be. Do I love this? Yes. I'm going to finish this, and it'll get as big as I can get it, and then when I'm out of yarn, I'm out of yarn. Hopefully it'll be big enough for my son to cover up with. It's definitely lapgan size now. I can put it in my lap, and it goes down to my ankles, and I still have yarn. Not a whole lot, but I still have yarn. So, I'm going to continue with that. But it's been fun. And I like it. I think that he will really like it. And I did start with red in the middle because it's his favorite color. And then I've got another red row here. And I think it's definitely masculine. There's no pink in it. No purple. All the colors that I had were pretty masculine kind of colors. And he doesn't know he's going to get it. And I've never given him an Afghan, and it's been on my list for a year or two that I wanted to make him the Afghan that will lay across the back of his chair or couch when he's an adult, that his wife can't stand and he refuses to get rid of because his mother made it. But I think that's pretty nice, and I wouldn't mind having it on the back of my couch. So those are my plans. I hope everyone is safe out there. Laura did a lot of damage in the United States. If you were in her path, you definitely have my prayers. This virus is still hanging around with us, and yeah. I try to stay behind plexiglass and keep my mask on when customers come in. We are under we have a mask mandate in this state. Very, very, very few people walk into the grooming shop with their mask on. I don't know why they think it's okay to come into the grooming shop without a mask on. I mean, when they go in the Dollar Generals or the Walmarts or the grocery store, they all wear their mask. But they're running in to drop off the dog to be groomed. No mask needed. Anyway, I think this is already 27 minutes. Who would have ever thought that I could have talked for 27 minutes without Anna here? Not me. I have not got the ends woven into the dishcloths yet. That is what I have been, what I'm working on today. Which might throw me another house shoe behind. But I have until December. The end of December at that. Until next time, guys. Keep those needles clicking. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.